Guys, the dark side of money that can ruin your life if you don't respect money. Money is good because each and every day we need money to purchase literally everything to keep our lives going. Money is at the center of it. Money is good. But if you mess with money, money can mess with you. That's what I want us to talk about in this video. You are all much welcomed. My name is Afagza Sifunam. In case you are new here, kindly consider subscribing and also dropping a like on this video. Thank you for subscribing and dropping a like on this video because that really matters as I keep bringing you amazing videos each and every day on matters money. Look at it this way, guys. Money is a very amazing and fascinating thing. But also we've seen in real life, for example, people mess with money. We've seen business owners, employees, celebrities, athletes, and even billionaires who had money, but they did end up losing that money because it requires some tact for you to keep money, to grow money, and to make sure it doesn't destroy your life. That is the difficult part. And with that, let's jump right in, looking at different things relating to money. And first and foremost, money typically amplifies who you already are. People often say, if I had money, I'd be different. Instead, you need to be saying something different because the truth is that money doesn't change your character. It only reveals it. And it reveals it while also amplifying it real quick. Imagine someone who is generously earning 50,000 Kenya shillings, or they are earning 50K and they're generous. They'll probably become more generous if they earn 500,000, okay? Someone who is selfish when earning 30,000 Kenya shillings, they'll continue being selfish even if they earn lots and lots of money. Money acts as a microphone. It amplifies your personality. That's why some wealthy people quietly build schools, okay? Others buy luxury cars, luxury jets to impress strangers. Money didn't create that person. It simply gave them more power. So, before chasing millions, work on your character. Because wherever you are today, money will multiply it. It won't change you. Money amplifies who you are. The second thing is that lifestyle inflation is a silent killer when it comes to pursuit to build wealth and to have money. Here's a trap almost everyone falls into. You get a salary increase, then all of a sudden, you feel like you need a bigger house, okay? You feel like you need a better phone to improve your social status. You need new furniture, okay? Or you start going to more expensive restaurants, okay? You think now you start needing vacations every regular time, whether quarterly, monthly, you name it. And soon, your expenses have increased exactly as much as your income. And even, unfortunately, they could increase more than your income. Nothing changed, right? You did earn more, yes, yet you are still broke. Imagine two friends, okay? Both get promoted from 100,000 Kenya shillings to 250,000 Kenya shillings each and every month. Friend A upgrades everything, right? Friend B upgrades almost nothing. Instead, friend B invests the extra 150,000 each and every month in a given investment asset. 10 years later, one owns luxury clothes, the other owns income-producing assets. Lifestyle inflation does steal wealth quietly because it is those who are disciplined and invest who end up having the last laugh. So, understand lifestyle inflation is a real thing and be keen on it. Then the third thing is that there is an ego trap when it comes to having money. Money can make you believe you are smarter than everyone else. Success creates some confidence, which, in case it's too much, success can create overconfidence. That's when people stop listening. People start ignoring advice. People do jump on taking unnecessary risks. They think, I can't lose. I am untouchable. History is full of wealthy people who lost everything because of ego. Ego is a very big thing when it comes to businesses collapsing, investments failing. Not because they lack intelligence. They are very intelligent, yes, but because they stopped learning. When ego kicks in, you stop learning, you stop getting advice, you stop being objective. That's why rich people who remain rich are always curious. They ask some questions. They seek advice. Humility protects their wealth. They know very well ego can easily destroy their wealth. Okay? And then the fourth dark side of money is that debt sometimes disguises as success. Sometimes people don't buy things because they need them. They buy things because they want people to think they are successful. And that pushes people to get into debt. For example, luxury car, latest phone, designer clothes, expensive watches. All these most of the time are financed through loans. Imagine if you are earning 300,000 Kenya shillings monthly in Kenya, you qualify for a huge car loan. Even a bank can tell you you qualify for 5 million shillings. That is amazing. Everyone is going to congratulate you. But every month, that car is quietly taking away money that could be used to build investments because of car repayments which you're going to be doing. That outside look which you are making to look rich, in reality, you are suffering because the bank is taking your money. The people you borrowed money from are taking your money. The real power is in investments, in having an emergency fund, in building businesses, in having shares, and in having cash flows. Because cash flow is king. So ensure you don't fall to the trap of debt disguised as success. Okay? And then the other fifth dark side of money is that money can attract wrong people. As your income grows, so does the number of people who suddenly care about you. Unfortunately, that's human nature. People will tend to draw to you because of what they can gain from you. Those relatives, old friends, business opportunities, or business people who are going to be also scavenging on the money you have, you name it. Some are only going to be there because of your wallet. Money doesn't just buy opportunities, it also attracts opportunities. Okay? Those people who are looking to tap into your money. That's why you need to be very careful on some of the things. For example, generosity is important, but boundaries are equally important. Don't just dish out your money because if all your money is gone, no one is going to care about you probably. So be careful to build your money, okay? And then the sixth dark truth is that greed makes smart people stupid. A person can be very good out there, they have money, but someone promises, for example, you're going to double your money in 3 months, right? And then because you have some money, you trust them. That, guys, is not trust, that is greed. Because greed switches common sense off. You think about quick ways of getting money. You think about scams. That is why we have, for example, victims who are even very educated. We have, for example, doctors, accountants, engineers, business owners who end up falling for traps out there because the moment they started getting money, also greed kicked in. They wanted to get more and more money. But they wanted to get more and more money without checking or ensuring risks are in check. Before you commit to any investment, ask yourself critical questions. Is this a typical margin within the market? Is it realistic or someone wants to steal your hard-earned cash? Think about it and act accordingly, okay? And then the seventh dark side of money is that money can make you lonely. Guys, relationships often become complicated with more wealth. You wonder, do they like me, okay? Or do they like my money? Some friendships do disappear. Others become transactional when you become wealthy. Even family dynamics can change. This is why it's important to build relationships before wealth arrives. Those people you build solid relationships with are probably the ones who you probably need even when you become wealthy. Not just you getting possessions and then looking for new friendships randomly. Because chances are everything is going to be transactionally, okay? And then the eighth dark truth is that the fear of losing money in itself can curtail you. Ironically, people think when you get money, you're going to be secure. What you don't know is that when you get a lot of money, a good number of people even become more anxious, okay? They do panic because they have fear of losing what they got. And that fear of losing financial freedom is instead going to create for them anxiety. This happens when your identity becomes attached to your net worth. Remember, you are not your bank account balance, okay? Remember, money is a tool, is an enabler for you to be able to have opportunities and to do things. It isn't your identity. Once you figure that out, you'll be able to manage anxiety which comes with you having money and even market shocks affecting you. And then the ninth dark truth is that health can't be bought using money. In case every weekend you are working, okay? You are ignoring sleep, okay? Ignoring family, you are ignoring exercise. Yes, you could be working towards becoming wealthy. Then you end up spending millions trying to recover the health that you did sacrifice. Health is an investment, not an expense. That is why Don't just chase money at the expense of your health. Reason being, you cannot enjoy whichever wealth you create out there if you are not healthy. And then the 10th lesson which you need to learn about money, and also is a dark truth, is that you should respect money at all times. Money is neither good or bad. It is just powerful. Like electricity, like fire, like a sharp knife. That is how money is. In the right hands, it creates opportunities. Okay? Those right hands are able to expound on those opportunities. In careless hands, it creates distraction. So you need to respect money and ensure you have the ideal hands to handle money for you to be able to grow money. Ensure you earn your money honestly, you do spend it intentionally, you save consistently, and invest wisely. That way, you will be respecting money, and money is gonna cooperate with you in a way that it ensures you are sane and it continues assisting you grow your wealth. Guys, what do you think about this video? Do you believe the things I've shared with you are some possible dark truths about money that most people out there do ignore, and they end up suffering big time? Even if they start making ample amount of money, they could end up losing all of it or even losing themselves. Please take care, utilize these tips for you to be able to grow wealth in a sane way. Cheers guys, and I look forward to share with you other amazing videos next time. Bye bye and stay safe.